world moves too fast. Everyone is chasing something: attention, validation, noise. They confuse motion with progress and chaos with ambition. But every movement made without strategy bleeds power. The truth is simple: the man who moves less controls more. Stillness is not weakness, it's precision. It's the discipline to wait while others waste themselves. Power never belongs to the loud or the frantic. It belongs to the one who can wait, observe, and strike once. Every impulsive move exposes you, your fear, your desire, your lack of control. Every unnecessary reaction hands your authority to someone else. The focused man knows this. He moves like a shadow, silent, patient, unreadable. He doesn't act when provoked. He acts when it's time. This is not about speed, it's about strategy. Not about emotion, but execution. Because in the end, the calm man always wins. Welcome to Machiavelli's discipline. The world doesn't respect words, it respects outcomes. Everyone talks about goals, dreams, visions. But power doesn't live in talk, it lives in proof. The truth is cold and merciless. No one cares what you intend to do. They only care about what you've done. You can spend your life explaining your motives, defending your choices, begging to be understood, and still, they'll twist your words, doubt your value, question your purpose. That's because understanding is not their goal. Control is. The more you explain, the more power you hand away. A powerful man never argues for his worth. He demonstrates it. He doesn't convince, he conquers. His silence speaks louder than their noise, because silence unsettles the weak. They can't read it, can't predict it, can't weaponize it. That's why your calm presence terrifies them. It reminds them of what they lack: control. The less you reveal, the more they imagine. And what they imagine will always be more intimidating than anything you could ever say. Cold truth: the world does not reward transparency. It rewards results. It bows to precision, not emotion. So hold your tongue, tighten your focus, and build in the dark. Let your silence gather weight until it becomes undeniable. Don't seek sympathy, seek dominance. Don't prove yourself, prove results. Because results don't explain, they command. Stop chasing the comfort of being understood. You are not here to be relatable. You are here to be respected. When you stop trying to make them see your vision, you begin to build power that can't be touched. Machiavelli said, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand." Let them see your victories, not your vulnerability. Let them witness what silence can build. So stay still, stay disciplined. Let your work speak in the language only power understands: results. And if you understand that truth, comment below: "My silence is power." Authority isn't granted, it's taken. It's not earned through kindness, approval, or noise. It's built through consistency, control, and quiet execution. People don't follow the loudest man in the room. They follow the one who doesn't flinch. Authority is not volume. It's presence, the kind that bends the room without saying a word. Most men beg for recognition. They chase influence by shouting their worth. But the more you seek attention, the less you deserve it. True authority doesn't chase. It attracts. It doesn't announce its arrival. It's felt before it's seen. When a powerful man walks into a room, he doesn't need to prove anything. His silence commands attention. His stillness demands respect. Understand this. People fear what they cannot predict. And unpredictability is the currency of power. When they can't read you, they overthink you. When they overthink you, they give you control. The man who reveals nothing forces others to reveal themselves. That's how you dominate without raising your voice, by making others expose their weakness first. Authority is psychological warfare. It's built on control, not of others, but of yourself. Every reaction you resist, every emotion you master, sharpens your command. You don't argue, you observe. You don't compete for validation, You let silence turn your name into a question they can't stop asking. Power doesn't need to explain, it needs to exist. So stay composed, speak less, move strategically, and when you act, make it decisive enough to echo. Comment below if you understand this law. My presence speaks louder than words. Power starts in the mind. Before you command anyone, you must command yourself. The man who reacts is controlled. The man who observes controls. Every emotional outburst, every defensive word, every uncontrolled reaction is a confession of weakness. The world doesn't test your strength through battles. It tests it through provocation. And when you take the bait, you lose. Understand this. Emotion is exposure, anger, envy, pride. They all make you readable, and what can be read can be manipulated. Power demands mystery. The less they know about what moves you, the more they fear what you're capable of. You win not by reacting, but by remaining still while others lose their composure. The calm man is the one everyone watches because his silence makes them question their own. This is psychological warfare. Every pause, every slow breath, every unreadable glance, it's all control. When they push, don't push back. Let them drown in their need to provoke you. Let them reveal their emotion, their weakness, their lack of control. You must become the mirror that reflects their chaos back at them. The one who feels less sees more. A Machiavellian mind is never rushed. It calculates, it watches, it waits. While others waste energy proving their strength, you conserve yours. And when you strike, it's with precision, not passion. You speak rarely, but when you do, your words hit like truth carved in stone. Power isn't noise. It's pressure, silent, focused, invisible. The most powerful man in the room is the one who doesn't need to speak. His calm is command. His stillness is strategy. His detachment is dominance. Never react, control. Never explain, observe. Never chase, position. The man who controls himself controls the world. If you understand this truth, write it below. My silence commands power. Weak men crave sympathy because it gives them attention disguised as comfort. They don't want solutions, they want validation. They want to be seen as victims, not victors. And in doing so, they trade strength for pity. But pity is poison. It softens the mind and kills the will to dominate. The moment you start explaining your pain to gain understanding, you step out of power and into weakness. The world doesn't respect suffering. It respects survival. No one cares about how hard it was. They only care that you made it look easy. That's the art of strength. To endure without announcing it, to bleed without showing it. The powerful man suffers in silence because he knows every display of emotion feeds the vultures waiting for his fall. Understand this. Sympathy is a tool of manipulation. It's how the weak control the kind. They use emotion to extract energy from the disciplined. Never fall for it. Never let compassion blind you to strategy. Feel nothing for those who weaponize their weakness. They don't want to rise. They want to pull you down to their level. You must build emotional armor. Detach from the need to be understood, from the urge to be comforted. Power doesn't need comfort. It needs clarity. When the world tries to guilt you into softness, remind yourself, mercy is a luxury of kings, not beggars. You must earn the right to show it. Every time you hold back your pain, your power compounds. Every time you stay silent in hardship, your authority grows. You are not here to complain, you are here to conquer. The more you detach from sympathy, the more you attract respect. Let them call you cold. Let them say you've changed. They're right. You have. You've evolved past weakness. Because while the weak seek understanding, the powerful seek results. If you understand this truth, write it below. I don't seek sympathy, I seek strength. Detachment is not indifference. It's power refined into silence. It's the ability to stand in chaos and remain unmoved. The man who masters detachment becomes unpredictable, and unpredictability is dominance. You can't manipulate what you can't emotionally move. That's why detachment is feared. It breaks every control mechanism the world uses against you. Most people are slaves to emotion. They rise and fall based on approval, attention, validation. Their self-worth bends with the opinions of others. But the detached man, he stands apart. He's immune to praise and untouched by insult. You can't offend a man who no longer needs your understanding. That's what makes him dangerous. He's free. Machiavellian detachment is the art of controlled distance. You don't cut emotion. You command it. You choose when to feel, when to act, and when to disappear. It's not coldness for the sake of cruelty. It's precision for the sake of purpose. You understand that emotion is a weapon, and in your hands, it's disciplined, not reckless. The detached man doesn't chase relationships, approval, or validation. He attracts everything by his stillness. He's not desperate to be liked. He's focused on being respected. He doesn't fight for attention. He lets silence do the work. And silence always pulls more power than noise. When you detach, you stop reacting. When you stop reacting, you start controlling. You stop being predictable, and you become a question that others can't solve. Detachment gives you leverage. It keeps you calm while they burn with curiosity, fear, and confusion. The world expects emotional men. When you don't play that game, you break their script. Remember, control begins where emotion ends. Detachment is not weakness. It's focus sharpened into armor. The moment you stop needing anything from anyone, you become the man no one can touch, no one can sway, no one can break. If you understand this truth, comment below. My detachment is my dominance. Power moves best in silence. Strategy is born in darkness, where no one can interfere, predict, or dilute it. The loud man exposes his intent. The quiet man shapes the field. You must learn to operate like a shadow, invisible, deliberate, patient. Because in the world of power, what is seen can be countered, but what is hidden rules. The strategic man never reveals his full hand. He gives glimpses, never the whole plan. Every move is a distraction from the next. Every word is measured, every silence calculated. He knows that mystery is control. The less they know, the more they imagine. And what they imagine always works in his favor. Let them guess your motives. Let them doubt your next move. Confusion is the most elegant form of dominance. You don't need to be everywhere, just in the right place, at the right moment, unseen, until the outcome is inevitable. Power doesn't waste motion. It strikes with precision. While others rush to prove themselves, you study their patterns. You wait, you gather, you prepare. Then, when the time is right, you move once, and it's over before they even understand what happened. In silence, you become unpredictable. In patience, you become inevitable. The world underestimates the quiet, but fears the unseen. That's the paradox of power. The less they see, the more they feel your presence. Like a shadow, you move without sound, but everything shifts when you pass. Never show desperation. Never explain your absence. Vanish when necessary. Return when strategic. Keep them uncertain. Uncertainty breeds fascination. Fascination breeds fear. And fear breeds respect. Remember, your strength lies in subtlety. A real strategist doesn't fight battles. He decides which ones are worth fighting. And most of the time, he wins before the fight even begins. If you understand this truth, write it below. I move in silence, but I strike with precision. Power begins where emotion ends. The Stoic man is not emotionless. He's disciplined. He feels everything, but is ruled by nothing. The weak believe control is suppression. The wise know its transformation. When chaos rises, he does not react. He recalculates. His calm is not peace, it's strategy. His silence is not absence, it's observation. Every heartbeat is measured, every move deliberate. He's not cold, he's collected. The world worships reaction. It mistakes loud emotion for passion and impulsive energy for strength. But real strength is quiet. Real strength is stillness under pressure. Anyone can fight when provoked. Few can remain unmoved. The Stoic man understands that the moment he loses control, he becomes predictable. Predictability is death in the game of power, so he masters his impulses the way a swordsman masters his blade. One wrong swing, and it's over. When you operate from your Stoic core, you separate yourself from the noise. You stop chasing comfort, validation, or fairness. You focus on what can be controlled. Your actions, your discipline, your precision. Nothing more. You accept that pain is part of progress, that loss is part of mastery. Every trial becomes a lesson. Every failure, a sharpening stone. The Stoic doesn't complain about what he cannot change. He adapts. He doesn't drown in emotion. He rides the current. His patience is not passivity. It's power held in reserve. When others panic, he observes. When others speak, he listens. When others react, he plans. That's how he stays untouchable. You must build this same internal fortress, one that no insult, betrayal, or emotion can penetrate. Because the moment your emotions belong to someone else, so does your power. Control your mind, and the world bends in response. If you understand this truth, write it below. My calm is my weapon. Power is not found in speed. It's found in precision. The most dangerous man is not the one who moves first, but the one who moves once and makes it count. The executioner doesn't speak before he acts. He doesn't argue. He doesn't explain. He simply observes, waits, and strikes when the timing is flawless. His calm isn't mercy, it's control. His silence before the strike is what makes it terrifying. Understand this. Chaos is a weapon for the emotional, but order, timing, and precision belong to the disciplined. When everyone else rushes to act, the man who waits becomes the one who decides the outcome. He calculates while others panic. He prepares while others react. He knows that impatience destroys strategy and emotion clouds judgment. Every calm decision cuts deeper than 1,000 impulsive ones. You must learn to move with the executioner's calm, deliberate, detached, exact. Don't announce your plans. Don't reveal your intent. The most lethal blows are the ones no one saw coming. Let others underestimate you. Their ignorance will serve your strategy. The key to dominance isn't aggression. It's precision guided by silence. When the moment comes, act without hesitation. The powerful don't second guess. They decide, they execute, and they move on. They don't look for applause, nor do they explain their reasons. They know that results justify themselves. Every calculated action you take becomes another message to the world. You don't need to be loud to be lethal. Remember, composure is control, and control is power. The storm that destroys the world begins with still air. That's how real authority operates. Quietly, efficiently, without emotion. Move with patience. Strike with precision. Leave no noise behind, only results. If you understand this truth, write it below. My calm creates fear. Results are the only language power understands. The world doesn't listen to explanations. It watches outcomes. No one remembers what you planned to do. They remember what you finished. Every excuse, every emotional justification fades the moment results appear. That's why powerful men speak rarely. Their achievements speak louder. They don't argue for respect. They make it inevitable. Understand this. Results are your authority. They silence critics, rewrite perception, and redefine your name. You don't need to convince anyone of your value when your work already proves it. Words can be doubted, emotions can be questioned, but results, they end conversations. They turn skeptics into followers and enemies into witnesses. A disciplined man builds proof, not noise. While others explain why they failed, he's already moved to his next step. His silence isn't emptiness, it's focus. His absence from distraction is his investment in dominance. He doesn't need to announce what's coming. The results will appear like thunder after quiet skies. Results are a mirror. They reflect your discipline, not your dreams. They show whether your focus is stronger than your feelings. That's why mediocrity hates the silent worker. Because the one who builds without speaking threatens those who talk without producing. The quiet man becomes a storm when his results arrive. Undeniable, unarguable, unshakable. You must understand, legacy is not written in intention. It's written in execution. Every decision, every sacrifice, every disciplined hour builds your name into something that cannot be erased. And when your results appear, they won't need an introduction. They will announce you. So stop talking. Build. Move quietly, but build loudly. Let the noise belong to the average. Let proof belong to you. If you understand this truth, write it below. My results are my voice. Never beg to be understood. Never chase validation. Never explain yourself to those who are not capable of seeing beyond their own limits. You were not born to be understood. You were born to be undeniable. Understanding is for the weak. Results are for the powerful. The man who needs to be understood wants approval. The man who wants approval is already ruled, but the man who walks alone, confident in silence, creates an aura that no opinion can touch. Power doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply exists. Like a storm, it gathers in silence and reveals itself through destruction. Your goal is not to talk about strength, it's to become strength. To move so deliberately, so precisely, that even your stillness carries authority. That's Machiavelli's law. Speak less, execute more. Let your outcomes make people question how you did it. Confusion is power. Silence is control. Precision is dominance. Understand this. Chaos is a weapon for the emotional. But order, timing, and precision belong to the disciplined. When everyone else rushes to act, the man who waits becomes the one who decides the outcome. He calculates while others panic. He prepares while others react. He knows that impatience destroys strategy and emotion clouds judgment. Every calm decision cuts deeper than 1,000 impulsive ones. You must learn to move with the executioner's calm, deliberate, detached, exact. Don't announce your plans. Don't reveal your intent. The most lethal blows are the ones no one saw coming. Let others underestimate you. Their ignorance will serve your strategy. The key to dominance isn't aggression, it's precision guided by silence. When the moment comes, act without hesitation. And when your results appear, they won't need an introduction. They will announce you. So stop talking. Build. Move quietly, but build loudly. Let the noise belong to the average. Let proof belong to you. If you understand this truth, write it below. My results are my voice. Never beg to be understood. Never chase validation. Never explain yourself to those who are not capable of seeing beyond their own limits. You were not born to be understood. You were born to be undeniable. Understanding is for the weak. Results are for the powerful. The man who needs to be understood wants approval. The man who wants approval is already ruled, but the man who walks alone, confident in silence, creates an aura that no opinion can touch. Power doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply exists. Like a storm, it gathers in silence and reveals itself through destruction. Your goal is not to talk about strength, it's to become strength. To move so deliberately, so precisely, that even your stillness carries authority. That's Machiavelli's law. Speak less, execute more. Let your outcomes make people question how you did it. Confusion is power. Silence is control. Precision is dominance. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to explain your path. The world is filled with noise. Let them drown in it while you move in shadows. Build quietly, move intelligently, detach completely. Because when the results appear, they'll rewrite every doubt they ever had about you. By the time they notice what you've done, it will already be too late to stop you. Understand this. True authority is not earned through words. It's built through restraint. It's created through patience, discipline, and consistency. Every man wants power, but only the few who can endure solitude, silence, and misunderstanding ever reach it. They will call you cold, distant, arrogant. Let them. That's the price of evolution. You were not made to fit in their world. You were made to rise above it. When you stop explaining, you become unpredictable. When you stop reacting, you become untouchable. When you stop caring who understands you, you become unstoppable. That's the law. The world will always follow results, never emotion. Let your silence become your weapon and your execution become your legacy. So from this moment forward, move differently, speak with precision, act with intent, control your emotions, your image, your presence. Don't demand respect, command it. Don't chase understanding, force it through proof. Let every move you make reflect authority, not insecurity. This is Machiavelli's discipline, a code, not a quote, a mindset, not a message. You are no longer here to explain. You are here to rule. If you understand this command, write it below. I move with silence. I command with results. And if this truth speaks to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because this is just the beginning. The world doesn't reward the loud. It rewards the disciplined. Welcome to the circle of the untouchable, where silence builds empires and results speak for kings.